Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. Today, we are going to rank all League of Legends champions based on their ultimate move. Enjoy! We start with champions that don't have an ultimate. Nedali's ultimate, Aspect of the Cougar, is available at level 1 and it transforms her to a cougar with different abilities. Elise is in a similar situation, with a better spell. Karma on the other hand doesn't change but empowers her basic abilities and that is it. Among these champions, Jace have the best non-ultimate ability that grants him good offensive stats and all his basic spells gain an extra rank. Weak ultimates are mostly final moves that suffer from a weakness or have multiple downsides. Yorick's ultimate, Eulogy of the Isles, is a summon and it is very weak as an ultimate spell. It lacks the summoning impact. It would be nice if Riot inspire from Jujutsu Kaisen and adapt Rika's concept. Singed's ultimate, Insanity Potion, doesn't have the feeling of a final move. You just keep running around, with more defensive stats and faster. Gnar is actually two champions. The mini Gnar ultimate is simply a spell upgrade. Ivern's ultimate, Daisy, is simply stupid. Jax's ultimate, Grandmaster's Might, unlike its name, is a simple buff and it wouldn't make any difference since the champion is already broken. Nasu's ultimate is good only if you are playing against bots. Renekton's ultimate, Dominus, is another variation of Nasu's final move with better visuals and a catchy phrase. Jarvan's ultimate is simply bad. Cataclysm puts the allies at a huge disadvantage. I think giving Jarvan's Raise Morale as a final move would have better than this one. Maokai's final move Nature's Grasp is very slow. If any of your ally champions gets hit with it, report him for inting. Thresh's ultimate is called the Box. If you stand still for 5 seconds nothing will happen to you or you can flash out of it. Braum ultimate, Glacial Fissure, isn't very good and its width is very narrow makes it weak compared to similar final moves. Unless you are an LCS player, Poppy's ultimate will cause you to lose games. Meh ultimates are final moves that feels like any regular ability but enhanced. Aatrox's ultimate, World Ender, is an okay ability but not enough to be an ultimate move. Simply, no comment. Akali's ultimate is not what you expect for an assassin. Akshan's ultimate is the byproduct of not having enough time to come up with a better ultimate move. Ashe's ultimate lacks the preparation, you can't just throw an arrow like an auto attack that would travel the whole map. So much text and you might play a game without getting the chance to press the ultimate button. I would give it a good rank if you could cast it under better conditions. Caitlyn's ultimate needs to be global and if you kill someone with it, you get permanent stats. So much CC you won't reach your target. Otherwise, Cho'Gath's ultimate is good. Corki's ultimate needs a rework. I don't know about this one, it feels like a good ultimate, but Draven's ultimate is stack dependent. Dr. Mundo's ultimate lacks the continuity in a long fight. I mean please, grand challenge and you have to chase people down. That is why Fiora still longs for a worthy opponent. While reading Gwen's ultimate, I was expecting something more. Below average at best if I may say. Jinx's ultimate is good if only you would target a zone globally instead of throwing the rocket in empty space. If Jinx could ride the rocket like in the trailer, it would be an awesome ultimate. Just watch Kled's Champion Spotlight and you will understand why is meh. Kog'Maw's ultimate is simply a buffed spell. LeBlanc ultimate would be good or more if the clone would mimic the last ability used not the actual champion. To be honest with you I like Malphite's ultimate, but it is very outdated. Morgana's ultimate would be very good if the trapped champions take damage from Morgana's absorbed damage in a fight. Nami's ultimate is good only against Jhin. Nautilus ultimate is good but lacks interactions with the target. You will lose more games using this ultimate. Better not leveling it up at all. Where is the knockup if Rek'Sai is going to emerge from underground? I really don't like this champion. Sejuani's ultimate is only good if you can land at max range. The projectile size is small, and its speed is slow. Not original, maybe if this champion was Sona's skin before losing her voice. Not good enough. This ultimate lacks interactions with enemy targets. Skarner's ultimate move looks good, but it is missing the surprise element. This is what you should expect when Yasuo is your sensei. At least add damage to near enemies when the wall is destroyed. Urgot's ultimate could be good only if it could stop health regeneration. It is only natural to have a below-average ultimate when your champion is broken. Good ultimates are final moves that are okay with room for improvements. You get a free cleanse and a lot of damage reduction. Unbreakable would be better if Alistar would transform the reduced damage into stats. Amomo's ultimate is good in general but lacks continuity in long fights. With Camille's ultimate it is a bit different. The spell is skill dependent, and the survivability patch made it hard to kill carries at the moment. Cassiopeia's ultimate is a fair ability with some form of crowd control. This ultimate looks very overpowered on paper, but in gameplay it feels really weird. Hence this rank. Not your typical Kamehameha spell, but Ezreal's ultimate have great damage potential. I mean, if you are good at landing this slow projectile you can make Fizz's ultimate great. Otherwise, this spell is good only due to its stats. Garen's Demachian Justice is very good because it scales with level and your enemy maximum health. It would be great if the damage was an area of effect. Gargus's ultimate might be the only final movie in the game that have a lot of damage, crowd control, and it is a range ability. A very straightforward ultimate, you aim with your magical shotgun at the problem and that problem is no longer there. Not a very big fan of this ultimate. It would be much better if the Spectral Riders stayed in the fight with you. The more I read League of Legends Champions ultimates the more confused I am. If you are named the Blade Dancer, we are expecting something more than just a wall of blades. Janna's ultimate is good but lacks the continuity regarding crowd control. Would be much better if it slowed enemies that are walking inside of the healing zone. For Kassadin's Riftwalk it is good on average. Unlike Ahri, there is a certain drawback on the champion ultimate. For Katarina's ultimate to be great in patch 12, she needs to face a team with no crowd control. This is not Neo from the Matrix. It is Kayn hiding inside champions to avoid heavy damage or CC. In low ELO this ultimate is very good. If you really pay attention, it says that the stun happens only at the center of effect. So, a tiny sidestep will save you from a bad heat stroke. Lyssandra's Frozen Tomb would be a Bankai tier if it had a better range. It is everything an ultimate move should have. For only this ultimate move, Lucian Jungle may be viable. You do at rank 3 at least 2000 damage to monsters and that is with no items at all. I hate this champion, but the ultimate looks good and it feels good. And on average it is a typical final move. It used to be Lux's signature move but not anymore. The cast time makes it a bit clunky, but it is still a good ultimate spell. Bullet time requires a good setup for it to be a decisive final move. Nevertheless, with its stats it is ranked a good ultimate spell. Even if this ultimate doesn't hit anyone on the second cast. If you can master hitting champions on the first cast, Ornn's final move is good tier. Why make a good ultimate then ruin it with updates and changes? Pantheon's ultimate is Bankai tier if it had lower channel time. For now, it is very good with prolonged fights. Valor's ultimate is very good, Quinn is just there for the picture. It would be a very good ultimate if the force of the drag would be based on the number of your items. Magneto style. The equalizer damage is insane, but you need to keep them on the scorched zone. So, the ultimate is good at best. Shaco's ultimate ability, Hallucinate, makes the enemy team to have hallucinations by seeing two Shacos. That is a masterpiece. Only Pink Ward can make this spell a Bankai tier. I am still wondering why Shyvana's ultimate is below expectations. Only due to its stats that this final move it is a good spell. While reading Sion's ultimate, this spell should be able to destroy terrain no matter how you see it. Sona's ultimate, Crescendo, is your typical area of effect stun. This champion needs a major rework, and I am not hoping it to be Seraphine. If only the shroom would explode if landed on an enemy champion or monster. Then this ability would be very good. Tristana has the best final move that suits her kit. Simple and straightforward, her range is above 900 at level 18 with rapid fire and lethal tempo, hence the synergy with the ultimate. Trundle's ultimate, Subjugate, is what makes him a lane bully. Unlike Mordekaiser that needs to work for his ultimate, Trundle gets less bonus stats for free. Tryndamere's final move is a bit weird. You can't die and you acquire up to 40% critical strike for 5 seconds. Thanks to Everfrost, crippling someone for 5 seconds is doable by many champions in this patch. What is amazing about Twisted Fate Ultimate, Destiny, is that you reveal globally all enemy champions. If only you could also show the enemy ultimate's cooldown, then this would become a proper final move. Twitch's ultimates distinguish him from all the League of Legends carries. Having piercing shots is very cool, but you still have to kite for it to be great. Varus's ultimate is a Bankai tier, but the projectile size is a bit small, hence why it is ranked only a good tier ultimate. Veigar's ultimate, Primordial Burst, does pack punch. It lacks a bit of interactions, but once you get some ability power going, you'll see the results. I guess everyone when he saw Vex Champion Spotlight said, "Why ruin it like this? This ability should be like Shikamaru in Naruto." With that being said, this ultimate is still good if used properly. Unlike Zin's Ho or Camille, Vi's ultimate doesn't single out targets from their team. Instead, it does heavy damage, and that is why this final move is good. Victor's ultimate, Chaos Storm, is meant to be good at the late stages of the game. Cancelling any channels in its area of effect makes it an amazing final move, nevertheless. Vladimir is the only blood mage in League of Legends. And his ultimate, Hemoplague, is very good, except the 4 seconds delay on the heal might cause you some troubles. Warwick ultimate is a tricky one. Once it used to be point and click, but now it is aim and miss. If it is used correctly, this ability can change the course of a team fight. Xayrath's ultimate is the best mini-game in League of Legends. They should add the auto-fire option to send all shots in one location if you wish so. Overall, for long-range mage this ultimate is a good one. Not my favorite champion, and the ultimate is a good extension to your host. If you like messy team fights, Zack's ultimate, Let's Bounce, is a good final move to either engage or disengage depending on the situation. Nuke the entire site from orbit would be a better name. Sadly, the damage doesn't affect the structures or leave a scorched area after the explosion. Portal Jump is Bankai tier if you are playing tank mage Zoe support. Otherwise, the utility of this final move is barely good. Zyra's ultimate lacks the aspect that makes her a sorceress catastrophe. This final move would be much better if the plants healed Zyra or stole mana for their targets. I had a difficult time to classify this ultimate. Rengar's final move is good in general, and it is lacking one important aspect, and that is jump scaring surrounding enemies based on how long the chase went on when he attacks his prey. As the name says, Bankai tier is the final stage of a champion. You should get a guaranteed chance of winning with this final move. Anavia's ultimate, Glacial Storm, with the correct team composition this final can be undefeated. Tibbers is the best Avenger in League of Legends, and that because he will chase Annie's killer after her death. Besides that, Annie's kit synergies very well with this summon, hence a terrifying final move. To understand why this final move is a Bankai tier, you need a PhD in applied mathematics and 200 years of cumulative knowledge in game theory. A real dragon that unleashes a burst of star fire in your face. What more do you want? Definitely, an epic final move. I was very sad when Azir's ultimate didn't have the possibility to command our soldiers to march forward. Overall, the ultimate is a Bankai tier. I believe Zhonya's Hourglass to be one of the most overpowered items in League of Legends. And Bard's ultimate is an area of status that affects all elements in the zone. Either you hard carry with it, or you lose the game. Blitzcrank ultimate, Static Field, destroys completely damage mitigating shields, and that, ladies and gentlemen, in League of Legends is a broken ability. Brand's final move is illegal, that is why as long this ultimate is unchanged, Brand support will be always a hard carry pick. One of the best ultimate in League of Legends. Noxian Guillotine does absurd damage, fear nearby monsters and reset on champion kill. Simply, a masterpiece. Riot made a very smart decision when they swapped Diana's dash spell with her E ability. Moonfall synergizes very well with the engage playstyle and offers to Diana the threat that most of divers lack in League of Legends. After watching Edge Cyberpunk, Edge Runners, I believe that Echo's ultimate, Chrono Break, is legit cool. But I am still speculating about the idea of doing to Echo the Diana treatment with parallel convergence to go even further with the epicness of this ultimate. This ultimate is mind-blowing. Fiddlestick's Crowstorm is the embodiment of how a champion ultimate should be to fit his lore and gameplay. Hero's Entrance, one of my favorite ultimates that delivers that anime feeling when playing League of Legends. Overall, this final move is Bankai tier, and you can enjoy the game with this champion. This iconic final is one of the unique spells in League of Legends that set up a good team zone where you have double the advantage. Gangplank's final move has everything a carry needs to win the game. This is why Heimerdinger is not with those 4 non-ultimate champions at the bottom of this list. Upgrading your original spells to acquire greater power is typical of a genius tech scientist. Simple, efficient, and precise. The most abusing champion in League of Legends is a woman. And her final move summons 1 tentacule for each nearby champion that will do upon them unspeakable acts of abuse. The best sniper in League of Legends is here. Jin's ultimate delivers in all aspects of what makes a range carry should have. If only the bullets were piercing or explosives, then that would be the cherry on the cake. Kai Sa's ultimate, Killer Instinct, is what makes this champion an assassin carry damage. You are faster than most projectiles in League of Legends and you can cast invisibility at your will before or after the ultimate. In summary, a very cool final move. Kalist's ultimate, a rule-breaking final move. Fate's Call removes an ally champion from the game for 4 seconds instantly while giving him the chance to ringage at any moment. Very strong and unique ultimate spell. If you are a big fan of Death Note, this is your champion, one of the best ultimates in this game. You simply sit back, wait for them to fight and you press R. Kael's ultimate, Divine's Judgment, is meant to be good for Kael Mage and Kael support. Hence, the weird synergy with her kit. Overall, this ultimate is Bankai tier and can hard carry most of the games. Kennen ultimate, Slicing Maelstrom, is very good. You get a resistance buff, and the damage isn't something to sneeze at. Void Assault makes Kha'Zix a true assassin. Each level up enables you to evolve your basic abilities. And the invisibility can make you move around the jungle totally unseen between bushes. Similarly, to Bard's ultimate. Kindred final move, create the win or lose situation. Lamb's Respite is neutral toward all champions in its range. So, make sure to use it at the right moment. No, this is not Shyvana's ultimate. This is a blind monk that can kick you so hard that you fly across the screen, and you deal damage to your teammate based on your maximum health. Even though I don't like this champion. Lilia's ultimate is broken, the stun effect is global and if it is well executed you can close the game with it. What is so good about Malzahar's Nether Grasp is that you create a zone that anyone standing it will take a lot of damage. And you are forcing the enemy to build in a certain way, hence ruining their damage output. Simply put, this is Ichigo's Bankai, Highlander. This ability was nerfed so many times that I lost count. This ultimate passive is what makes Lethality Mastery illegal. I mean, why would you make an ultimate that is so broken? Pop Blossom will pop your team before even having a chance to react. Nico is one of those champions that needs a shower of nerfs. Apotheosis is supposed to be the highest of form of what is an ultimate. Nyla's ultimate is meant for melee champions that are mainly support. But this is League of Legends, what can you do? Nocturne final move makes everyone think they are the carry champion. The fact that you can remove globally sight for few seconds makes this ultimate a Bankai tier. Full AP Nunu is a true terror. If you manage to go past 50% of Absolute Zero's channel time you can one-shot anyone, even a tank. Unstoppable, by the way. Olaf's ultimate, Ragnarok, defies all the logic of this game. As an ultimate this spell is very strong, and it demonstrates what a final should feel like. Shockwave is an undefeated final move within the right team composition. Orianna's final move makes her the safest mage blind pick in League of Legends. The only way an assassin support can be viable is by granting extra gold on assists. The execution is very nice and overall, death from below makes the game more fun. The quickness is similar to a ninja in Naruto running and charming enemies along his path. What makes this ability very terrorizing is Raken's kit that synergies very well with his ultimate. Simply, cannonball. Rammus is always okay with engaging. But remember soaring slams damage affects structures and is doubled against turret. An overloaded final move. Have you ever wondered if it is possible to use teleport and bring the wave with you? It is possible with Realm Warp. Ryza's ultimate is abused in professional play. I can't say the same about solo Q. Samira's ultimate is a very original final move. Once her style points are completed, she will reap the enemy team then offers them to buy a drink. Our lovely support attack damage carry can shield you across the map. Dawning Shadow doesn't require you to hit the enemy but to hit your allies with it. And his name is Set Rai. If Lee Sin kick you onto your team, Set slams his target into his team doing massive damage. Set's ultimate, the game stopper, makes you wish that you are permanently dead after only one round. Together we stand, forever hand-holding. The most no-brain broken ultimate in League of Legends. If you suck at farming, at fighting and at landing, then Shen is your main. With Stand United you can reach Master with little to no brain usage. I wish that this champion received a major rework. Only because of Soraka that healing is overpowered in League of Legends. This is what your typical tank DPS main should look like. Demonic Ascension delivers and makes Swain one of the coolest champions in League of Legends. Unleashed Power is a new rework of Syndra's ultimate. The execution made this ability very overpowered. Remember, this final move is point and click, and that is why it is a Bankai tier. 2 ultimates for the price of 1. Devouring an ally at the right time is very demoralizing for the enemy team. On the other hand, swallowing an enemy champion can seem very hard, but it is the longest suppression in the game so far. This is the better version of Aurelia's ultimate. Shadow's Assault grants Talon invisibility, insane movement speed and with some smart brain usage absurd damage. The ultimate version of invulnerability. Tarek's final move, Cosmic Radiance, is by far the best support ultimate in the game hands down. Vayne's final move is tailored cut specifically to make Vayne the coolest attack damage carry that we all know. If Jhin is the best sniper carry, then I would say due to this final move Vayne is the ultimate range hunter carry. Mainly because of its name, this ability is a Bankai tier. Life Form Disintegration Ray, with the right setup will remove permanently from the map the enemy team. I am the storm that is approaching. Volibear in the lore splits mountains, but in game he just disables towers, go figures. The execution of Stormbringer is flawless, this ability is definitely a Bankai tier. I had a hard time to classify this final move, it is above good tier but not good enough to be a Bankai move. So, after watching the cinematics I decided to put it here for now. The most anime champion in League of Legends. After using Last Breath your critical strikes gain 50% armor penetration. Yeah, a Bankai tier ultimate. I guess this final move is the only one where your champion starts laughing while in animation cast. If you are mechanically gifted, you can do wonders with Death Mark. You can't kill the Xylian not because of Chrono Shift but because he is too old to die. A very frustrating final move. Yes, Mega Gnar is a champion. This is what true raging champions should feel like. You slam then slam and keep slamming until the enemy team is dead. What's broken can't be nerfed. The following final moves are so unfair that the only way to win is by saving time and /FF. For the record so far Wukong ultimate is casted in a total 4 times with the clone included. Yes, the clone does reduce damage, but the total damage and the setup by themselves make Cyclone a decisive final move. Realm Death is another way of saying, I am taking you with me and there is nothing you can do about it. The fact that you can banish anyone for 7 seconds, then come back much stronger is true despair. Supreme Display of Talent is not an ultimate, but it is a punch in the face of everyone that is trying to enjoy the game. Renata's final move is without a doubt a one-man army ultimate. If you are feeling that your team is hopeless in the champ select, no matter what your role is, just pick this champion and only press R at the right time. Xian Zhao is not in his best shaper as a champion for the moment. But Crescent Guard after the rework was a last man standing type of ultimate. Lightning Crash is another form of saying Super Saiyan. You become overcharged and generate so much movement speed that you become practically untargetable. Yon's ultimate, Fate Sealed, transcends the definition of an ultimate. It got everything you need in a final move and more. I believe that for League of Legends to evolve into the game that we all wish it to be, Champions rework needs to be based on this ultimate as an example. Don't be surprised, Volibear is not a champion without an ultimate. Volibear is actually a champion with no basic abilities. This character has 4 ultimates that are on standby mode. If you are not convinced, just picture Anavia's Glacial Storm moving around the map, and it can't be killed or chased. In my opinion, this was an obvious rank 1 ultimate since the start of the video. Silas's Hijack is the one and only all-time best ultimate in the game. You get every game the chance to use 4 different final moves, on average it is undefeated, and it is hard to counter what can't be expected. I guess not everyone will reach this part. I had a lot of fun making this video. Subscribe and let me know what you would rank the ultimate final move based on your experience. Take care.